if you are anything like me, then when you went into law school and you wrote down on your personal statement that you wanted to be a lawyer so that you can help people, you really meant that. Like, it sounds so cliche, but there is just this tribe of lawyers that's really all we were going after. And then we chase these ideals, right? And at some point, we come head to head with the reality of how disgustingly ugly the legal system is and how disgustingly ugly some of our colleagues can be. In fact, it is the reality that the brokenness of the system and the brokenness of the lawyers that really begin to just drive compassion fatigue for me. In fact, it wasn't until after the death of my mom and then 9 months later, the death of my baby brother, that I was forced to confront where I was in this never ending pursuit of helping people in a broken legal system surrounded by broken lawyers. And that's when I decided, you know what? Something has got to give. I found myself sitting in a therapist's office with a very strong and determined Jamaican therapist who, after 30 minutes, she put her foot down with me and she said, I am placing you on an immediate 60-day leave of absence. I was so determined to, like, finish my work for that week. I asked the therapist, can it start on Friday? I mean, it was Wednesday and oh my gosh, I have all this stuff that I need to do. at least give me until Friday before my leave starts. So the therapist, she looks and she's like, I can't promise that unless you promise me that you won't cuss out your clients. I was burned out. And even being confronted by my therapist, I wasn't willing to face it. I was still like driving and pushing on this never-ending pursuit to help people, even to my own detriment. I went home that evening, like driving, like, just rolling around in my head, like, I got, how am I going to wrap up my week? I'm going to work Thursday and then I'll work Friday and then I'll notify my managing attorney that I'm taking a leave. Well, I called one of my girlfriends, Barbara. Barbara practices family and criminal and personal injury. And I told her that my therapist was placing me on a leave and how I wanted to finish out my week. And Barbara, who's a few years older than I am, she said to me calmly and sweetly, if you don't call your manager and tell her that you won't be at work tomorrow, I'm coming over to your house and you and I are going to fight. and as soon as I got off that call with Barbara, I took my leave, my 60-day leave, so that I can begin healing from all of the battle wounds of litigation, which were only compounded when life happened to me and my mom and my brother died. So I take attorneys on the journey of reconnecting with that passion, going back to that place where you were writing in your personal statement to get into law school that you wanted to help people. If you've gotten burned out, if you've kind of lost that passion along the way, if you've been jaded by the nasty, lazy, good for nothing, foot dragging opposing counsel, if you've gotten caught up in taking care of everybody else but you, I know exactly where you are. And the good news is there is a way out and a way forward and a way for you to reconnect with that original passion in a way that creates impact for your community. So I look forward to partnering with you on that journey of self-discovery, healing, and going further than what the broken system has allowed us to do.